Today, we're hitting the road to take a look at some of the absolute worst drivers. So buckle up, check those brakes, and keep your hands on the wheel at 10 and 2, because these drivers definitely aren't. First up, we head to an off-roading event where bad driving is expected. But the driver of this yellow car took it to the next level by diving straight into a pond and needing a tow. To make matters worse, the blue car that came to the rescue lost its entire rear bumper. Talk about a double fail. Now we're off to London, England, where the only thing jolly is everyone laughing at this driver attempting to drive away with a parking boot on their front wheel. It's like watching a child's toy puzzle where you try to fit the wrong shape into the right hole. Looks like this driver also tried to shove a triangle into a circle. This is exactly why The Fast and the Furious never became a reality show. In real life, when you try to drift through a parking garage and hit a pole, your 97 Honda falls apart like it's made out of Legos. Those low overhang warning signs are just suggestions, just like expiration dates on milk. This next driver truly put the student in student driver, along with the car in car crash.
So I'm sitting here parked in my truck, and this motherfucker rolls from that parking spot into the back of my truck. Nobody's in the car. My life.
This young driver thought the best way to get rid of a parking boot was to kick it, as if it were an actual boot for your foot and not for your wheel. Speaking of fails, this guy was taking his driver's test when he messed up the one thing they don't cover in driver's ed: how to use the reclining seat. Sometimes, even when drivers aren't bad, the weather makes them that way. Driving at night in the snow, this driver didn't see a closing gate and turned a gateway into a no way. It seems like winter isn't the only time the local body shop is making money. This driver got completely squeezed while trying to enter a gate, scratching up her car and losing a mirror in the process. Gates 2, drivers 0. Whoops, make that 3-0. I'm starting to think video game designers also design city roadways. What's with all the obstacles? It's like Mario Kart out there. They say in a few years we'll all have self-driving cars, but if you look right now, a lot of cars seem to have a mind of their own. Take, for example, this one that suddenly starts rolling backward. Where are you going, car? Looks like this vehicle might be cheating on its driver with another driver. And here we have another car trying to make a run for it. Bye-bye. Seriously, these cars are rolling on the slightest inclines. Looks like this driver will be taking the bus for a while. Me. Have you ever opened a car door before? Her. No. Why do you ask? Ouch. Now even the mailman's truck is making a break for it. The truck wants to become an Amazon delivery van. Hey boss, I have good news and bad news. The good news is we have a new customer. Starting to understand why so many driveways have gates. It's to keep the cars from rolling away. That should buff right out. They really need to start installing airbags in motorcycles, as this rider agrees. This guy's little blue car is so small that instead of driving it, he decided it would be easier to just get out and hold its door like a dad walking a toddler. Either way, the car still got stuck. Share the road, they say. Make room for cyclists, and they'll make room for you, they say. drive into a snowy ditch and don't ask questions, they say. This next one isn't even the driver's fault, but I just want to hear how she explains this to the insurance company. Which car insurance commercial mascot do you think would win in a boxing match? Here's something else to worry about while driving: sinkholes. Watch as a car, driving late at night in flooded conditions, falls into a sinkhole on a dark street. Kudos to the person trying to rescue the drivers and passengers, who continues to hold an umbrella in the rain during the emergency. You've got to stay dry while preventing someone from drowning. Extra special props to the car for staying running underwater. My car hits a trash can and it's done for. It is always hard to meet new people, but this is how I met your mother. There is always that one driver that wants to take the best parking spot, even if that parking spot is already taken. Some drivers learn how to parallel park, and other drivers just do donuts until they make their own parking spot. And speaking of donuts, this truck did a full croissant in the middle of the road. The "you broke it, you bought it" policy usually applies to gift shops, but it looks like this guy just gifted himself a new motorbike. And you should always use public transportation. It's cheaper, better for the environment, and generally safer. That is, until this bus decided it was in a hurry. And who needs a parking gate when you can have a parking harpoon? That's what the owners of this parking lot seem to think when they opted for driver spearfishing instead. Now you can have Amazon deliver your boxes to a moving vehicle. You just have to be ready to catch. Really, the world is one giant video game of opening and closing parking gates, and we are all merely drivers. And finally, we crown the worst driver in the world. Or perhaps this person, who drove straight into the front lobby of a hotel, wanted to test if their platinum membership came with a special drive-through check-in policy. What's the worst driving experience you have ever encountered?